Yo, what's happening? What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Be Positive, the Chicago Stories. Live in person for the first time in over a year. I'm with my boy. This is D. Lou. I'm Dario. Y'all know what time it is. We got fancy technology today. Let me go ahead and do what I normally do. Let's see. Go ahead and run the... y'all, go ahead and subscribe and listen to us on all these platforms that you see. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Google, Overcast, Stitcher, Radio Republic. Let's go, y'all, man. Let's go. It feels good. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, this shit is weird.
It feel like home, brother.
I got Doritos.
Yeah.
I had two little cups of wine.
Cozy.
I'm feeling good. Cozy.
Yeah.
It's hot than the motherfucker up in here, though.
Yeah. Hey,
it's
take it off.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I'm gonna just sweat. I got a headband on. You can't really see no sweat or nothing like that, you know.
Hey, man. Dude, it's been a while since we did this live, man. It's been over a year, bro.
Hey, man, it's good to see you, man. Damn, this is great. You got your topics merch on. Hey, man, let's go.
Hey, man, boy. Hey, look, this topic merch, man, is lit, y'all. You see this?
Hey,
we got.
It's crazy because you know what I really could do right now?
What's up?
I could grab my phone and scan your shirt and go to Be Positive Productions YouTube page.
Oh, you can do it
That's
live.
crazy.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
Hey, this is lit though.
This is crazy.
Yeah, this is we kind of said it on on the page there, but it's a little glimpse into season 4. We only got 3 more, including this chapter. Before we go in that little about a 3 week, what we say? 3 week?
Yeah, something like that.
We'll be back. We'll be back a day before Darian's birthday. Yeah, that's the season premiere. Of chapter 4, man.
I don't know where to look.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know.
Look at that. That's your camera.
Look here. Look there at the screen.
The thing is,
look at my phone. I don't know what's going on.
Here's the thing. We don't even have to look at nothing no more. The reason why we was looking at the screen in the first place is because, nigga, that's where you was. Shit, nigga, you here.
Live in the flesh.
You know, like, I mean, wouldn't it be weird if we just did this whole time talking to each other but never looked at each other?
Hey, Dario, how are you today?
Right, I've been trying to feel for the nigga, you know what I mean? Like, you know I got bad vision anyway, so my stigmatism gonna act up, shit. I'm so happy I ain't gonna be in front of this goddamn camera so close, man. This is...
Hey, man, this is refreshing. It's refreshing because we haven't did this since October of
2019.
2019?
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah,
October
man.
2019.
Wow.
So
that was the day that we last had all the people on the podcast.
Damn. Yeah. Before we got abandoned.
Ooh,
anyway, that's another story.
Before they ran for their lives. That was the day of Chicago Marathon, people. That's all I'm saying.
Empty the full clip. Empty the clip.
Man, we should get rid of the first episode.
I'm done.
I'm sorry. I'm
Season 1 just completely wiped off YouTube.
Hey, look. You know, shit, the Beatles ain't got all they shit on. I mean, you know what I mean?
Listen, I ain't even took my shoes off. Hold on.
You can go ahead and get cozy. Get cozy.
All right, there we go.
Man.
All right.
Bro, man, how's your week? Well, it's a short week. This is Tuesday, man. Normally we do this on Thursdays, but...
it's been good, man.
Yeah.
My shoulder doing a little bit better.
No sling.
You
did that for the camera.
Yeah, maybe. I got my sling in my coat, but I haven't... The sling just annoyed me, bro. Yeah. It's annoying.
Boy, you better take care of yourself, man. Forget how annoying it is.
I mean,
man.
I'm old.
I'm older. I know.
I'll be 35, so you know. Hey, you know what, man? I just need to get my ass back in the gym. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And once I get back in the gym, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I just got to get my joints and my strength.
It's the winter time, man. It's the winter time. This is when people get ready. Yeah. Next summer. But I mean, what we gonna say? Summer on Smash? We don't know. You know, we don't. I mean, shit. Back when I was originally working out, 2019, it was. Get ready for summer 2020. You know what I mean?
I mean, we probably getting ready for quarantine 2021.
Damn, that's the new thing.
Hey, get ready for it, y'all. Quarantine 2021. Get your abs right, your biceps right. You know what I'm saying?
Get your mind right. I ain't worried about them goddamn abs. Get your mind right. You silly ass niggas. I'm tired. Let me go. I'm just
Jesus.
I mean,
you got aggressive, real.
I'm just saying. Look, it's different. Like, yeah, I'm feeling you, bro. Like, you. I'm feeling it. You know what I mean? We gotta. You can't see it, but the guest is off. Jamal is off camera slightly to our left. I mean, it feels good. Like,
he looking at us like these two niggas. I swear to God.
Don't worry, we fucking with technology today. I'll be honest, I didn't know if I could set this shit up. You know? Like, I'll be completely honest.
He was like, I don't know. He was like, D, I was looking, and I'm like, I don't know if that cord long enough to reach the back of the computer.
Boy.
And it looked good, man. Nigga, we got the ring light going.
Well, you see? I mean, like, look, I'm glad I spent $52 million on all this bullshit that y'all can't see.
I was about to say, that ring light was a hell of an investment.
Yeah, that was, boy, light my black ass up. You know what I mean? it got, you know you're doing big when it's got different hues of lighting. Nigga, you know, I got warm lighting.
Yes. And for all y'all people that's been talking about my audio problems for the last 2 seasons, go to hell. Cause it's changed. It's something different now. Kiss my ass. Ain't no more audio problems. How you like me now?
Hey.
Boom. We can run the ad for all I care. I'm done talking. You feel me?
Do we run the ad? Look,
How was your week? How was your week?
I'm ready. Shit. Boy, I'm ready to fuck with this technology, boy. Y'all can't see, but my black ass looking at myself. Boy, look. This shit, I can tell, I'm like, hold on, my eye ain't that bad no more. Shit, I'm kind of cute. Shit.
I'm kind of cute.
Hey, my week was good. Let me see what we do. What I do Saturday, Sunday. I can't even remember. You know what I mean?
Well, we was over here Saturday.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. We watched the fight with T Positive. We watched the fight with T Positive.
Hey, follow us on Instagram.
Hey, yeah, TPO5itiv_.
I just said follow us on Instagram. Notice I'm not the one that made that shit up. So
look, that's all they gave my black ass. That's all they gave. I was trying for T Positive the right way. You know what I mean? Who else out there named T Positive? Like shit. I thought we was original Captain America ass niggas in there.
Somebody out there named Tim.
Damn.
Yeah, Tim Positive.
You got a wife that's on his ass?
Yeah. Always. Yeah. Blonde hair. He probably look like Joe Hurt.
Shout out to Joe Hurt.
Shout out to you, Joe.
Madison, Wisconsin's finest. He can't stand Madison, I don't think. He's just Wisconsin's finest, man. Joe Hurt got the most Wisconsin name ever. I love it. It's Hurdy.
Joe Hurdy.
After a year and a half, almost 2 years of knowing this brother, I finally had the courage to ask him that one day. I swear, this is so different. Like, it's just so different to be here. Like, this is.
That's a little weird. I ain't gonna lie.
In the middle of my shit, you know what I feel like? I feel like we ain't gonna fuck up the words as much now. You know what I mean? Or we might. It could go left or right.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you.
What's up?
Because I've been drinking a little bit before we even start. So I was a little nervous, and I'm like, I'm gonna mess up the word count and take the lead today. But I feel kind of confident.
Look, I got water here. Branding is everything, y'all. Fuck with us. Greetings by Jenny. Go there to Be Positive. We got a little thing. You can sip like us, man. Look. Normally I had yak, but I ain't got no yak in here, man.
You see the two extremes? He got yak. I was gonna say. I did not say it. He got yak. I got wine. Those are the two extremes. You see?
Remember last week you called me ghetto?
Yeah, ghetto. Yeah. Mr. Tupac over here with the ghetto as hell.
Hey man, I like my Jack, boy. Hey, this mic on Monday, I had that shit straight too.
Oh, I know. Well, you know, I'm known for some crown straight for sure.
Yeah.
But that's
you call me ghetto, nigga.
I have a ghetto side. You just ghetto all the time, nigga. That's
crown straight.
Yeah, I'm old. I be trying to tell you.
I mean, I ain't gonna act like I ain't did it, but shit, you know, I mean,
sometimes you need some shit that'll just
stimulate you,
hit you right there a little bit, you know.
My ass been drinking coffee lately a lot.
Oh, you definitely old.
Yeah, I mean, look,
I don't drink coffee. That shit nasty.
It's good. You got to get the right creamer.
Yeah, Reese's
coffee. Yeah. I mean, CTC. You know what I mean? You know what that is? Cinnamon Toast Crunch, my brother. Yeah, don't do this,
nigga. If you want cereal milk, just drink cereal milk, nigga. Why are you drinking coffee?
It's good.
I mean, if you want
Reese's, we can get you some coffee right now.
If you want Reese's Puffs milk, just get Reese's Puffs cereal, put it in some milk, and drink it. Warm it up.
I mean,
Cinnamon Toast Crunch coffee. Who does that?
People, look. Hey, look. Now, see, if we're in the chat, y'all, we got to look like this. But look. Y'all fuck with cinnamon toast, any kind of flavor creamer. Pause. In y'all coffee, man. I don't know why. Look, I can't let the shit slide like that. You know what I mean? you know what I mean? Like, do y'all do that?
So you took the time. First of all, where did you find cinnamon toast crunch creamer?
It's in the aisle with the next to the almond milk.
The next to the almond milk. All right.
Hey,
Let's
run the ad.
Run the ad, bro.
We'll be
It's over with, man. Let's get one more nigga on the screen.
Oh, my goodness.
I need some help.
We'll be back. Welcome back to Be Positive, the Chicago Stories, chapter 38. We got our guest. What?
Next to the almond milk, nigga. What are you talking about? Jamal, help me.
This nigga said that shit like it was fact. No, first of all, I would like to say that I've been here for approximately like 2.5 hours. Ain't nobody offered me no Doritos. No, it's too late. It never offered to me. Okay, no one said, Jamal, here's some Doritos for you. Okay,
Hey, it's been a year and a half. We ain't house trained.
Secondly, these niggas got their logo. I'm inside of one big ass commercial. These niggas got their logo everywhere. Holy shit, these niggas.
Hey, look, if y'all know us over here at Be Positive, branding is everything. Okay, we got these joints. My man got topics on. I got We Can Do Better on. We got
behind Jamal. We got the logo.
All we missing is the Tamar Hindi apron.
Hey,
And
look,
we be on.
hey, look, it's hanging up right there.
Y'all need to support Dario, all right? Because he could be out here selling pussy. All right, he could be out here selling pussy, and he's choosing to sell positivity. Y'all need to support him. I just want y'all to know they'll be saying nigga a lot more on this episode. Since they'll be acting a lot, yelling and shit. These niggas been yelling and smiling for the last 3 hours. I hate it. I hate the positivity. I'm not a fan.
Welcome to the show, my man. Glad to have you on. Of course. Hey, y'all, this is Jamal, everybody. It's good, man. It's so good to be in the guest. We have a guest inside and right here, so we can do this, man. Yeah. We haven't had this feeling, and like you said before the show aired, it's just that we couldn't have came up with conversations we have if it was in front of a computer, because that's a little bit more calculated.
Yeah, it's formulaic.
Yeah,
you got to free flow. You got to, you know what I mean? This nigga got to say stuff about almond milk. He might not have let that slip out of indiscretion. That's how you know this nigga living good. Almond milk. Somebody watching this, like, I'm about to rob this nigga. Almond milk. Somebody put their mask down. All right, almond milk, nigga.
Do you even like almond milk? I love it. That's for working out.
Okay. Well, clearly there's a difference. Okay, so you can tell the nigga that drink almond milk and don't drink almond milk. Okay,
I like to assert my dominance over cows.
Yeah, you want to let them know what's up.
Yeah, with the almonds.
I feel like almond milk is like skim milk that you pour water
into. See, here's
into.
the thing: you don't drink almond milk by itself. You know what I mean? You have it with something. You know what I mean? Like,
so do you put almond milk in your cereal?
Yes, I do, because the cereal cereal flavor.
So what? Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Man,
so
just
pour that milk into your coffee. I'm done.
I need it to be warm. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You want to pop it in the microwave, nigga? You be alright.
Come on, man. Jamal, man, look. Tell the people about yourself, man. We were talking about where do we look for the camera. Do you look in the camera?
I know, that sounds like.
Yeah. I'm gonna just be looking wherever the fuck I want to. I want y'all to know that it's mainly. I know it's mainly white women out there watching. I know that's the main demographic of this show. I'm trying not to say anything to offend y'all too much.
Look, take care. Look at this Captain Saver.
But me, man, I'm just, I'm a comedian. First and foremost, even before I'm a father, before anything else. I'm a comedian. I got 2 kids. I like a half of them. You know what I mean? Like one of them.
Which
sometimes.
one? Which one?
The younger one, my son, because he don't know I'm a terrible father yet. My daughter's 11. She knows. She can, you know what I mean? She can say something. She can text like you're not number one dad. Like they've never given me like a number one dad anything. Like they know. Like your ranking is like number 13,000 at least, nigga.
You got Call of Duty ranking.
In the county, nigga. You 13,000 in the county. Nigga.
You didn't even make it past the line.
I do all right. I do all right with them. Shout out to them niggas.
This is the perfect guest to be live.
Shout out to them niggas. My baby mom was both getting me for child support. It's worth it though. It's going to a good place. I'd rather not have custody. You know, I mean, just, no dad really wants full-time custody of their kids. Yeah, no, for real. Like part time, nigga. My batting average as weekend dad. Oh, bro. My bad 72 hours. I'll show you the world, nigga. Like Aladdin. Like
you over 1,000.
I can be a dad. What's your problem? I can be a white dad for 72 hours. I could be a white father, a white TV dad for 72 hours. You know what I mean? This is
72 hours.
That's it.
White TV dad.
That's not the Twitch. You know, I need some weed or something in my
Monday morning is over.
You gotta go back to your mom's house. I miss you. You can FaceTime me. Certain hours though. I got office hours where they can FaceTime me. Don't FaceTime me after 9.
This is
oh my God.
I'm just kidding. I love you.
Disclaimer.
Yeah. I love these niggas. Yeah.
So Danny Tanner, tell us how you got into
It's a full house.
I got into comedy. I think to me it's a unique story, one that means a lot to me. I was in the military. I was in the Air Force for 7 years, and like with a lot of people, everybody has a funny motherfucker in that group.
Yeah.
That is not a comedian.
Right.
So like I always was the funny person in like my group, but I was like, I don't know if that means I'm a fucking comedian. I should go in front of people. When I joined the military, I was starting to be funny from people like from all over, from people who didn't have the same background as me. I'm making a motherfucker from Alabama laugh. He seen a half a nigga on TV one time.
He saw half a nigga.
He turned it off. Like, oh my God.
He saw the 2/3 one.
What is that? Halle Berry. Disgusting. So once I was making those people laugh, it gave me more confidence. My flight chief, my boss at the time, it was this motherfucker from Texas, and he used to, a white dude from Texas, and he used to go to this comedy club. I was stationed in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Okay. So it's around like 500,000 people there. So not the biggest place in the world, but like, not small. Yeah, not small either. So he would go to this comedy club there with his wife every weekend, and he'd come to me and he'd be like, Jamal, you're funnier than these motherfuckers. Like, you should go. You should go, like, sign up. So I go sign up for an open mic night. It's not an open mic. It's a competition. And on this competition is the dude with the local radio show, like the host of the morning radio show. Like I said, it's not a huge place, but it's 500,000 people. Yeah, everybody knows this motherfucker. This dude who had been on HBO before. It's like actual comedians. Yeah, but I had brought a lot of people from work, so they let me they love that. They like fuck it. They'll spend some money. Long story short, I ended up taking second place in this competition. I'd never been on stage before. Oh wow! The competition was over 3 weeks. I took second place. Wow. First place was getting to host at the comedy club and open for the summer. Wow! The dude who won died.
What?
Yeah. So the devil saw it fit that I should.
Stop the devil saw it fit
that I should win. He let me out correct. Oh, goodness. He died. I got to host for a whole summer, open and host run. I never did an open mic. Wow. So that was my, I was like 21, 22. Yeah. Jesus. And then I went to Afghanistan for 6 months. I came back and I stopped doing comedy for like 6-7 years. Like shit is not as funny when you know what I mean?
Right, when you gotta do some shit.
Yeah. So, and then I 3 years ago now, I started again. So, I tried a whole bunch of different careers, and I'm like, nothing feels right. Nothing feels... To me, like, comedy is the most honest exchange you can have. Right. Like, in business, like, that shit is corrupt. People are getting over on people. Like, you got, like, these fucking child slaves in China and Africa making all this stuff. People are dying. But comedy is an honest exchange. I tell you thoughts. You give me your attention.
Right.
I give you jokes, you give me laughter.
Right.
That's it.
It's straightforward.
Straightforward.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you this. You're gonna give me that.
Yeah.
Maybe some head after the show.
Look at him. He talking to you, white lady.
Talking
Talking to you. y'all see his name on the board there. Go ahead and follow my man.
Perhaps. It's your choice. Always. It's your choice. Possibly. Yeah. So that's how I got my start, man. And it's been great because like the military, they still like really support me, like doing like it was never any hate. These motherfuckers used to go to open mics,
Right.
and be like, "You the greatest motherfucker." A year into doing comedy again out here, I went back to Denver.
Yeah.
2 sold out shows, man.
Wow.
On Veterans Day, people I hadn't seen in 7 years.
Where in Denver? Same place?
It was the show was in Denver.
Okay.
So which is Denver's
Yeah.
and people drove up from all over Colorado. Motherfuckers drove up from Oklahoma. Like
Wow.
people drove up to fucking come to this show, man. So
That's what's up.
it meant a lot
Because of you.
because of me, man.
That's
Yeah.
man, and that was what
military really support their own. Like especially if they see you doing something outside of
Right.
the military.
Right,
They want
right.
to see somebody, like
Because y'all all probably going through the same shit, and they wait for one of y'all to get out so we can change our thought process.
yeah, and I think like if like on Veterans Day, Zany's released like this graphic and it showed all these different comedians that were in the military.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor, fucking Darnell Rollins, Simba, people you would never heard. And I feel like not that I'm the greatest, but I feel like I'm one of the only comedians that talk about my experience in the military.
Right.
People
And
might have
funny.
been, and it's exact, and it's like I feel like it's related. Like even if you're not in the military, you can kind of relate to it in some aspect. You can relate to it because that's how you view the military, or that's how you view, the war or shit. So like,
because I've watched you, over the last year and a half or so, and your material is very tied into that experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my question is, how is that just take comedy away from it?
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously you talk about a lot. Is this something that's just like still just like, are you suffering from PTSD?
Mm-hmm.
Do you sometimes have a relapse, or is it just there and you acknowledge it?
the military is a big part of my life. Like my father before me was in the military. A lot of my family was in the military, and it's not like like to me it was an honor to serve.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't like the war is the reasons why we're doing this stuff is bullshit. But when you're 19, you don't know that yet.
know.
There's no Facebook articles when I joined. I joined in 2006. There's
Yeah.
no articles. There's no Vice coming out with you don't know.
Right.
And 9/11 just happened. Like
Right.
people forget, but we wanted to roll on these motherfuckers.
Yeah, right.
We didn't know about these people that they were lying and all this shit. Yeah,
Right.
we wanted some niggas dead.
Right. We want heads.
I was willing to throw some.
Yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean? So, but I've really gathered like friends for life from that experience. Like really, I didn't have the best childhood growing up, so having that family experience and like did you guys watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah, that's
come on.
That's a soft spot.
You know who I really, everybody sees themselves as the hero in their own story, but I really related to Jon Snow because I feel like that's what the military is. Like the wall, a whole bunch of motherfuckers outcast of society, thrown out. You know what I mean? And the brotherhood that forms from being outcast.
Right.
And then you realize like, oh, they say this motherfucker's a killer, this person's this, but they ain't never did that to me.
Right.
When my daughter was born, bro, I ain't buy one thing. Not a pamper, not a bib. They bought every single thing for me.
Right.
Like let me off of work for 2 months. Like that don't happen.
Yeah.
No other fucking job.
Right.
Yeah.
As far as PTSD and shit, like I don't suffer from that.
Right.
I feel bad for the veterans that do. I think that it's not talked about enough. Like 22 vets a day kill themselves,
Wow.
and I think if that was any other group,
It'd be talked about.
It would be
bigger.
talked
Yeah,
about.
it'd be talked about.
22 gay people, 22 Muslim.
Why is it not
people.
like that? Why is it
Because
like that?
we don't. It's like the military is like a shameful thing for America. We know we spend a lot of
Money on it
military,
already.
and then we think when you hear about the military budget, you think it's going to us. Nigga, it's going to like Transformers.
Right.
And this shit ain't going to us.
Right.
They built the Optimus Prime and Gundams and shit.
Dark side of the moon.
It's not us, nigga. You know what I mean? Like we get in our little Hellcats or Jeeps, but like,
A little heavy,
you gotta do it. You gotta do it. We deserve it. But it's not anything, extraordinary. Like if you, whatever job is on the outside, someone is doing an inside of the military.
Yeah.
Like I have a joke, like you don't even really know who the fuck you're calling a murderer.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're a murderer.
Right.
You're like, I am an optometrist. The only thing I'm killing is these motherfucking eye exams.
Right.
So I think like they don't realize that, and it's like what an optometrist makes in the military, a civilian optometrist is making way more money than the optometrist in the military.
Right.
So it's like we're not benefiting from that,
Right.
and bad things are happening
Right.
to us. Like
You gotta live with that.
You gotta live
in real time.
in real time, and then to for society to kind of be like, ooh,
Right.
it makes it even worse.
Yeah.
And it's like.
Because who do you come back to?
You know, exactly.
Yeah,
You're trying to figure shit out, but you know, it's like maybe this is not the right thing to say, but I love saying things that are not the right thing to say. But it's like, if I was gonna pick on someone and be mean to someone, it's not the niggas who know how to shoot.
Right.
Why would you bully niggas who can potentially
Kill you. Yeah.
Maybe we should get these niggas some care. Even if we don't care about these motherfuckers, maybe just it's weird. It's weird that like why y'all bullying these motherfuckers? It's weird. Like I go with a lot of open mics and shit, and like that's a lot of young white like hipster liberal white knight comedians. Like they love doing bits like, oh, you know, the military this, the military that, and it's like, man, I'll beat you up.
Yeah, you ain't lived it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is, you know what's crazy? That's why I got the rule I got about myself, my personal comedy. You know, I don't talk about stuff that I ain't lived through, I ain't seen with my own eyes, touch, because I want something tangible. You know what I mean? Because like if I am around somebody, you know what I mean, and I start making a joke that I made up. I'm in front of a military vet and I ain't never been. You know what I mean? Like, and now that motherfucker sitting in the audience, you feel some type of way now. Yeah. And we ain't even talk. You know what I mean?
You don't know like how much you're. It's not even like to me. It's not even like you talking about me. Right. It's like you talking about my brothers. Brotherhood. You talking about my sisters. It's like that's a whole like you talking about people who. All right, if somebody gave their life for something and you don't believe they gave their life to it, just shut up.
Right.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna be like, nah, you died for nothing, nigga?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
just leave it alone.
Yeah,
just leave it alone.
I don't. You know when people be praying, I don't be like, hey, no, nigga, that nigga ain't real. The devil. Yeah. All right. This there's another thing that people don't. I don't. You know, like when the house nigga learned how to read, right?
Yeah.
And he brought that Bible back to the niggas, and they were like, "Hey, Jesus," and people were like, "Yes, this is." I would have been in the back like, let's hear more about this devil nigga.
Yeah.
If the white people are praying to Jesus,
he sang in the choir.
Yeah,
he was a part
he
of
like
it.
flutes and dancing.
Yeah.
Like it sound wrong as hell.
It was a misunderstanding.
Then he flipped.
Yeah. Like if white people praying to Jesus, I'm going with the opposite, nigga. I'm going with his nemesis, nigga. Like what the fuck?
I mean, that's what we cast as. You know what I'm saying? Like we cast as the.
I would have been fucking drawing the sixes in the ground. Pentagram and shit. Like a master would have called me with a Ouija board. Your time is limited.
Damn, stop it.
I think it's interesting that we talk about how people can get up and make jokes about the military and so on and so forth. And to me, I feel like it's weird how people think, because I feel like people get on stage or crack those type of jokes or talk about the military because they're expecting those people to have thick skin. If you get what I mean. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you went over and fought in a war, you killed people potentially, whoever it may be. Right. You should have thick skin and you should be able to not take this personal. You know what I mean? Not realizing that these vets, they go through things like, how I can't just randomly be like, oh, let me shoot this nigga and walk off.
Yeah,
like,
right.
That ain't go. That's
right.
Go back to playing PlayStation.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that's a fault of society is looking at vets and saying like, oh, he fine. Like, you know what I mean? Because he built for this. Like, you know what I mean? Not realizing that shit has long lasting effects. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And like, we don't say it, but like, bro, we want humans to die. Like, we don't say it, but our actions say it. Right. Us feeding into capitalism says it. Right. Us fucking feeding into these systems says it. Right. Eventually, capitalism and these systems cause calls for bloodshed.
Right.
The military is the one who does. So it's like you feed into the system. You're like, that's what I hate about our society. Everybody's like, this is gross. Everybody, but it's like in secret, you ordering from Amazon.
Right.
In secret, you buying diamonds.
Yeah.
That like, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism.
And you know what's crazy is I just had this conversation with my girlfriend Sarah. Right. I was just having this conversation.
You gotta say the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Hey, look. We've been talking about white women.
I'm surprised that they had to look into the camera and say, my girlfriend very much in love.
Hey, look. Shit, this shit is live in Hollywood. I ain't trying to get called out for the company. Yeah. Shit hit different now.
Yep. As soon as the door closed, she out there.
I ain't trying to get my ass beat in front of everybody. No, we were just talking about how, like, you know, like, Amazon been criticized this year for treating their employees wrong due to COVID and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I think we had like 2 or 3 packages come in. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, the deals be better. You know what I mean? And that's capitalism. You know what I mean? I'm looking for a better deal. Mm-hmm. I still want my shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Which is selfish to a degree. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy how we do keep them alive. You know what I'm saying? We keep them alive. But I don't want the Amazon to treat the employees bad. Yeah. But I want my shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
it's crazy because it's like, honestly, it's beyond like, fuck even treating the employees bad. Like one day Amazon is gonna be like a government with robots, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like what this nigga has more money than nations. He has more power than like the and you know what the only way he's gonna be able to stop that? Killing this nigga.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to kill a nigga. It's not gonna be this white knight fucking Starbucks librarian type motherfucker. When you need that shit done, you gonna come to a nigga like me. I'm gonna be like, nah, I won't do it. You said killing was bad.
Yeah.
You didn't like it when I did it. You didn't like it. I didn't like when I killed bad people.
Oh, that's funny. That's good.
Oh my
That's a good take.
No, it's a good take. It's a good like. It's good. I like talking to people that good perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know nothing about being military vets. You know what I mean? But to have somebody like you on the show and to hear your experience gives a different perspective for people that may be watching and thinking a certain way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's always respect.
And it wasn't like, I don't want to make it seem honestly like it was like there was this dude like on base. There was these things called bazaars. You were able to have like shops on base, like in the shop, like people from the Afghani locals had shops on base that were selling like products and shit to the soldiers. So there was a dude named Muhammad. Every day at lunch, I'd sit and have tea with this dude. We're around the same age. This motherfucker, little motherfucker from that. And it's like we talking, and this motherfucker risking his life selling, because if the Taliban catch you, like there was a dude who made patches.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Taliban caught him with patches, beheaded him, put him up on a light pole. This is what happens if you fucking make patches.
Wow.
Patches, nigga. We don't. You can't die over no patch.
Right.
You know what I mean? They ain't giving us no combat power. These patches, they don't want us to do. But it's like this dude, and it's like we were talking, and his father is a shopkeeper. My father was in the military. It's just like we both in this situations trying to please our fathers.
Right.
This dude, I don't even fucking know from we still dealing with the same shit. Different backgrounds, different you know, it's
but
still the
beefing.
same. It's still the same. But you know, it's like it's beefing, but it's like I used to think like there's a Jamal that's in the Taliban that's just trying to feed his kids.
Right.
But it's like if it's me or you, it's you.
Right.
I'm trying to get home. Like if it's me or, you know what I mean? Like if it's
and that's what the conflict ultimately is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
we don't even know why. Like it's crazy because like we're there. This is what's sad about the military, and it's like this is just humankind. Period. It's like humans, for as long as humans have existed, have sent humans to their death, and it's like for what? I'm going to die to protect this rich white dude's property or make him richer. Right. You're not seeing any of this shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like even black folks in World War II, we don't even have equal rights. They calling us all type of niggas and shit. Yeah. We don't even get, and we going to fight over there. For what?
You know what's crazy about that? And because, you know, when we had the whole debate with the kneeling because of the flag and stuff like that.
Kneel on there.
You know what I mean? And the crazy thing is like, as that's going on, you know, we hear stories of my granddad who went through, you know, World War II. You know what I'm saying? Who lived through that. You know what I'm saying? And and he
That's a rough one.
That's a rough one.
You ever play one of them old
The video game?
Yeah. With the I can't do that.
I can't even get my shit off fast enough.
Fire one at a time, nigga. No.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and then you hear him telling stories about how he was on the boat. He was on the boat. He couldn't sit inside when it was raining and the waters was choppy. They had the black people was sitting on the edges of the I don't know what part of the boat is called, but outside. You know what I'm saying? We was outside on the deck, not inside the cabin. You know what I'm saying? So it's like stories like that, and you hear you like, damn, we got treated like that. I'm trying to get back home, like you just said. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to get back home. But I think it's like I want to be able to also, like what I've been trying to do. I don't want to be stuck in an echo chamber. Yeah. I don't want to hang out with just military people. I want to be a part of society. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like I also have to unlearn. It's a give and take.
Right.
I think military people like when the stuff with the kneeling, like the flag does not represent military personnel. Right. It represents all of us.
Yeah.
It represents. So if you feel like America not doing you justice, it's well within your right to fucking protest that, to fucking do whatever you got to do.
You know what's crazy? As you say, it's kind of like a good segue. So you say you want to get back inside. You want to know other people. You want more friends. Yeah. So outside of comedy, you do Unlikely Friends.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Talk to us. How did that get started?
That got started honestly because like in the military, that's what it is. Unlikely friends, and then people that from different walks of life you never thought you'd be fucking cool with, you end up bonding with, going out with, fucking bitches together, bitches too. It's different in the military. Them bitches go hard, and I can call them bitches. They call themselves that. But you really build a bond. But I noticed it's the same thing in comedy. Like you start talking to like some weird motherfuckers. Like I'm cool with this dude named Dan Garcia. Me and Dan Garcia are not supposed to be friends. Yeah. You know what I mean? Dan can't fight. Yeah. Dan can't fight.
Dan, don't put Dan out there like that.
He's an empathetic, soft man, and I don't mean it in a mean way, but it's wonderful like how we're friends. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like how we can fucking hang out together. So it's basically a group of comedians. We run like a little production company. We film sketches. We do some videography stuff, and it's been a lot of fun, man. All self-taught,
How long y'all been doing that, man?
We've been doing that about, this pandemic year, gotta ask for
it.
So,
do it 2
count? Years, do it count. Not really, because even with us, we haven't, filming is hard because, like, it's a crew of people.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's hard to be like, hey, not only is the crew good, but the cast good too. Like out of 20, somebody got COVID in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
20 motherfuckers, somebody
got it.
And it's hard to tell people like, nah, it's cool. Right. Come on for this 3-minute sketch.
Right.
Right. But I think like we all know, we got to figure something out. We got to get back out there. I don't want to lose the skills that.
And I truly appreciate it because I was a part of a couple of them.
Oh hell,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like they were. Fantastic.
We sexually exploited this nigga.
Yeah.
Little tank top. I told this nigga. That's how I know I was securing my masculinity. I was like, oil yourself up, huh? Oil up.
And I did.
Get his triceps. Get his triceps.
I did.
Get them delts.
Get the back muscles.
Get the rock muscles.
The rock muscles.
Hell yeah.
This shit was fun.
So when you think about when y'all got Unlikely Friends together, like, and you kind of derived the concept from what you would think about in the military, what was y'all mindset of like creating and coming up with sketches and picking comedians like, oh, okay, we want to do this person. Like, what does that process look like?
You know what? I'm gonna be like 1,000% real. Like the ideal to get comedians to get, it wasn't even my idea. I was working with a dude at the time, and like this one, like you ever like this was like an epiphany moment, a defining moment for me.
We had plenty.
You know what? It dawned on you, like, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? Fuck this nigga. So I'm about a year into comedy, and like, when you're the hot new thing, you start getting booked on everything right away. But then it's like, at first you think it's a big deal. You're like, you look up who's done the show, you look up where it is, you look up the pictures. Like, this is a big deal. And you do all the shows, and you're like, nothing's changed.
Right.
So it was a year of that, and I was like, I'm glad I did all the shows. I know these people. I feel like I'm getting back into it. But what does this mean? Nothing. I got to do something. And I was friends with this dude, this other comedian, and he was like, "Oh, you know, we've been pitching this idea at work. We should get a collaborative," and they were just sitting on it.
Wow.
And they were like, I was in this face group chat, and they were just sitting on it, and like it was like a week went by, and I was like, "Hey, what about this person? What about?" And they wasn't hearing me. And I was like, "Okay,
jeez, do it yourself.
Get jacked." You know what I mean? Like if you won't do it, I'll take the ball
they move
and
and
you
Just
fumble.
do it ourselves.
I'll pick it up. Yeah, you move and shake you. Let's just do this shit ourselves.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and honestly, I went to a lot of comedians, and a lot of y'all niggas said no. Like
that's really
a lot of these
people
niggas said no.
really?
A lot of these motherfuckers said no. A lot of these motherfuckers
This shit
said
was
no. But
genius.
the two main people I do it with, the two people who was on it from the start was Dan Garcia and Jessica Mance. Like they were like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Dan had all the camera equipment. Jess is a super funny fucking stand-up comedian. So we started developing these shows. We got a live show called Foreplay Fridays. That's a big show. Dario hosted that shit. Got drunk as hell. You know what I mean? That was a good fucking night. But we started curating these things, and then you know how it is. Once the shit get hot, people start coming back around. How did we get into one of those?
No, we know how that goes, man. It's crazy, you know. So Foreplay Fridays came first, right?
Yep. Foreplay Fridays was like the first endeavor that we did. I had there's these guys with a collective called the Storefront. They were running a thing out of this building in Wicker Park called
over in Milwaukee.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's called the Collaboration Theater.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of different little theaters in there, and like people like live there too in like these little apartments, so it's cool. But every first Friday they open it up, and you can go look at the art on the wall. People be smoking weed in the hallways and shit, drinking.
It's a crazy time.
It's a crazy time. It's a crazy vibe. So like that was our first show. We hand out the concept is we have 4 comedians go up for Play Friday.
Yep.
But it's a pregame show.
Yes.
Double entendre. Don't even ask me how.
Yeah. Genius.
We market over here too, baby.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't just us.
But we have 4 comedians go out, and it's a pregame show. So
Yeah.
we fucking give out liquor, and then we tell the whole audience like afterwards we're all going to this spot. We have an after spot, and we have drink specials at that after spot. So it's like the comedians and the audience getting to mingle together.
That's love.
And like, bro, we sold out every show except for one because people were just coming back. Like, oh, I gotta bring my coworkers. I gotta bring my friends. Like, people was just standing in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know,
Bro,
it was a good time.
Darian. One of the best shows I've ever been a part of. I think I told you last year that was easily a top 5 moment for me 2019. No doubt. Because like, man, they had my ass running up and down when I host, I'm lit.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
they was loving this motherfucker.
I ran up. I started the show out by running up into the crowd.
you was
He
already
was acting like Ray Lewis. He was doing dirty, bro. Why are you yelling like this? And then he spiked a white claw.
I was going crazy. It was a dope vibe, and then immediately to go after the show,
dancing, drinking.
Man.
You know
So what did the concept of Foreplay Friday like come from in general? Like how does that
just
work?
my genius.
Just on some real shit.
You be real, I took a lot of when I got in the military. I took a lot of different. I went to college, but I couldn't find anything that stuck. But I took a lot of different classes.
Yeah.
And in marketing, the best thing to do is have something unique that other people can't have.
Yeah.
And other people like there was. I saw like there was a space for it, and then nobody else had a show like this.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, if I can make it where this is the only experience like this that you can get. You know what I mean? Like
people don't want to come.
Yeah,
back.
it's different.
And like they're invested in me now. Like now whatever I do, they're like, man, not just because I was funny, because I had a drink with this motherfucker after.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
I was around and we took a picture like this.
Yeah.
That's what we're not famous.
Right.
Touch the people when you can still touch the people. There'll be time to be like, peasant, don't touch me.
Yeah.
It's not yet.
Yeah.
It's not yet. Touch the motherfuckers you can
Yeah.
touch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man.
But that's the humble side of things, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like keeping yourself humble. Like, man, look, if I have the ability to become more relatable to the people that are supporting me in the audience, why not become relatable? Because that's how I'm gonna get further. Like it's all word of mouth.
Yeah.
Everything's a referral. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's always, oh hey, look, man, they got a nice show over there. I love going there. It's fun.
Yeah.
The next person come along. That person tells somebody else. So that concept is just unique. Like,
And honestly,
going
not a
out
lot
to
of
kick
people
it. Yeah, going out to kick
in
it.
the
Like,
comedy community necessarily like knew about the show. Like some people like want. And I respect my peers.
Yes.
And I love I respect my peers, especially from the like not fuck the business. I respect like the art from my peers.
Like, I love
sometimes these motherfuckers are not the best business people. They're not thinking long term, big picture.
We need instant gratification.
I'm not trying to market to other communities. I don't give a fuck if y'all come to my show. I need the regular motherfuckers to come to my show. I don't care if y'all don't say I'm king. This bitch say I'm king. And she brought 4 of her fucking friends with her.
Yeah.
That's who the fuck I needed to show.
Yeah. Right.
So it's like I never cared about that. It's not like one of the big, but like I said, it was sold out with regular motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And we had like dope, like one time we got we put our logo on condoms.
Yeah.
We had a bowl of condoms. And I would have used one of them motherfuckers.
Nah, you know,
everybody's a good
sounds
marketing. Sounds suspect, but it's like we had dope marketing shit like that.
You know what's really bro. So this is kind of leading up to how we came about, because we got I just want to go real quick to Foreplay Fridays. Is I was one of the comedians that saw this from a distance and was like, this was a cool show. I would like to be on it, but you know me, I don't ask niggas nothing. You know what I mean? Like, so, but I'm like, yo, I know Jamal. Me and Jamal was cool. It's gonna come around. He had asked me to be on it. The moment he asked me to be on the show,
hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Man, and when you said host it, bro, that was like an honor.
Yeah,
that was like an honor. I was like, because they don't
the only comedian.
They're only comedian to ever host the show outside of the crew. And I took that, you know what I mean? Because like, again, respecting my peers, I know what you got going on, and I told him this last week. I said, bro, when you said that, I already knew in my head, I'm going crazy.
I'm about to show out.
I'm about to show out.
You dunked on that bitch.
Man, bro, reverse dunk, nigga. I was like, you know what I mean? And that's just the respect, man.
Girl was trying to oil his arms and shit. I was like, relax. My little arms are here too.
Bro, I walked in and bought shirts and shit. They had like a dude that was selling these 312 shirts. I bought shirts. I had a ball there, bro. I mean, and it was dope afterwards, man. You get to hang out with people, man. And I met some new faces in comedy because of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so
it's like, it was a weird. What I liked about it, and like what I always want to be is like. I was a kid in high school to fuck with everybody. Yeah. And like I like being a weird hotspot. Like, damn, I didn't even know this motherfucker's over here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like sometimes Foreplay, like, damn, because it's not like you come in here to be seen something. You come in here to have fun. Yeah. We're gonna get like comedians come. We're gonna give you free drinks.
Man, I remember that lineup, boy. Jessica Mann, Sono Agaron. We had what's the guy that's in y'all crew and unlike your friends? He moved. Oh God. But Alex Drags was in it. Alex Dragovich was in it. And what that dude named Steve? God. Oh, it's gonna kill me, man. Live on
I know you talk about it's like my dude too, and I'm like,
oh man, I forgot his name, man.
That guy.
Oh, yeah. Steve Wag. Will Stagg. Will Stagg.
Yeah.
Will Stagg was. I'm sorry, Will.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Will.
Big Willie.
My dude.
Brother.
Man, I remember that lineup. That's how in tune I was with it, man. Like that lineup was a monster night, man. But going forward, this is why this man was my first choice. Besides you, because I tell you, this is a true story. There's something got in my eye live here too.
The sleepy eye.
The sleepy eye.
The little eye.
He's not looking at the camera. He's looking at me, and that motherfucker like.
That nigga need a Nick Fury iPad.
My shit ain't got nothing to focus on.
Zooming in and out.
Y'all see his dog tail wag? These
my friends. These my friends. You know, like, no, but I was gonna say this is so this is how Jamal came about, man. Fast all the way forward to this year with our show Wednesdays after work is Zanies, y'all. When it come out,
we fucking out here, nigga.
You know, yeah, we
out here, motherfucking neck. Making niggas laugh till they fucking scream, nigga. The fuck, say no more, please. Stop my back.
Let them know. Talk that talk.
You trying to kill somebody when this shit open.
Boy,
body count, nigga.
Man, and it's gonna happen, man, because like I knew that, you know what I mean? I knew that, and when it came time for when Brian Morton, shout out to Brian, who owe us an episode, owe us a chapter.
Hey.
He owe us a chapter.
Hey.
You owe D a chapter.
Yeah, you owe me a
yeah.
chapter. That's all I was saying.
And he was good. He'll get us, but we'll get him back on. But you know, he said, "Hey, look, you need a partner." My first thought, of course, was default.
Brother,
you know what I mean, like default.
Yeah.
But then I remember saying, and I know I said this intentionally, I was like, "Can't have Darian."
No.
The reason why is because we do too much. You know what I mean? And like it's like the thought process of Apple and Microsoft. They need each other to stay alive.
Yeah.
Be positive need to branch out. You know what I mean? As much as I don't want to, you know, I hate doing it now.
I'm gonna touch on it.
I've been burned too many goddamn times. You know what I mean? But I was like, the next person, Jamal, and this dude during the show comes up, sits next to me, and says, "Hey man, you got anything else, man? Like you want need help running this?" I think we were talking about that show particularly,
Yeah.
at My Buddies. I was like, you know, I got another idea for you. I got something else I want to bring to the table. And we chopped it up. This man had ideas. We met the next week. This man had ideas, notepad and everything already. And I was like, this is why we here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is why we here.
You
So
gotta show your value, man. When people bring you into a blessing like that, and that's what it was, bro. You know what I mean?
Man.
Huge opportunity that Brian blessed this man with, that he in turn blessed me with, and I don't even use words like blessed.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how you know
It's
I'm
real
appreciative
shit.
of, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? I don't even
Yeah.
talk like that.
Yeah.
But you know, I think I just wanted I wanted to show my worth right away. You want
Yeah.
to show people like, oh, this is why this dude grabbed, because
Yeah.
bro, like, you know, not to brag, but to brag.
they're just throwing out there.
We
you
the
know?
only comedians running a fucking show in the biggest comedy club in the fucking third
Say
largest
that!
fucking city in America,
Let's
nigga. The
go!
fuck? Third place of comedy, nigga. Fuck Shakespeare. Chicago, nigga. We made it. So to have an opportunity like that is huge, man. You know, and I
Yeah.
just like bring the concepts like that I was having with foreplay and these
Yeah.
other things to this show, man. It's great.
Yeah,
It's great.
and it's definitely there. It's definitely all the concept and aspects of it, man. We got the pregame. We actually have a pregame show planned.
Yeah.
You know, who knows what COVID is going, the rules when we come back, how it's going to
Yeah.
play out. But
Eventually we'll get there.
We gonna get there, you know what I mean?
Eventually,
It's
all the
gonna be
old
so
people will die.
yeah, right. We'll get rid of them, and we'll be able to do what we need to do. You know.
I think the best thing for me is like seeing. I'm not a comedian. Everybody know that. Like I don't go do stand up. Like, and I vow like, as much as the crew be like, get
on,
up
do it.
there. Like, come
Come on,
on.
do
You
it.
know what I'm saying? I don't wanna drift off into their lane. Like, and Dario always say like, D, you play your CEO role well. You know, I
You
sit
damn
back
right.
and you know what I'm saying? And I kinda be like, look, this is the ideas that we have and flowing. But when he was like, Jamal gonna be on, I'm like, that's great, because I like to see, as much as we do,
Yeah.
you know, for each other, with each other, pause. You know what I'm saying? As much as we do, I love to see the next person win. Which is why I don't veer into the lane of stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because I want my man and the rest of my boys to win, and that's what they
Yeah,
do. You know what I'm saying?
And they sport.
Yeah, in their sport.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? But to make it, we got this thing in T Positive. We say we made this a team sport. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And niggas hate y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. They gonna have to deal with us.
Hey, they're going to have to deal with us.
Yeah.
But Chicago,
They jumping niggas out here. We boxing, you show to the boxing match and it's like 12 niggas.
Hey,
like, what's up?
What's
But
up?
the thing about Chicago is that we need to make it a team sport. That's how we flourish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And I love to see, like, when he say, like, because he just sat here and looked in the camera and said, we've been burned too many times. You know what I'm saying? We've been burned too many times. But I love the moment when he, like, takes that little brick off the wall and he let another nigga come peek in.
Yeah.
And be like, come on. So when he was like,
Yeah.
Jamal on,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, that's lit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's on. When he was like, hey, Kadeem gonna be with y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's lit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You want your friends, right? But it's like you want to win.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a hard
Yeah.
balance because
Yeah.
and like your friends is not necessarily the best people.
Right.
Okay.
And the
Right.
best people are not your friends.
Right.
So it's hard when you find the intersection. Like, that's what I feel about this dude. Is like, this is my friend
Yeah.
and he's good.
Right.
Gotta work with
Gotta
him.
work
Gotta
with
keep
him.
each
Yeah.
other close. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the thing about with y'all and why it works is not just because y'all bringing the people together. Y'all bringing other hungry people together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I had this motto, like if you want to go far, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you
Yeah.
want to go far, go together.
Yeah.
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 But it's like that only works if they're hungry.
If they're
Like,
hungry.
motherfuckers, because then you drag. It's like when LeBron had to leave Cleveland. Like, I
Man.
can't keep on dragging
Right,
these
right.
garbage
Right,
motherfuckers
yeah, right.
to the goddamn
That don't want it as bad
That
as
don't
I
want it.
want.
I'm leaving.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like that happens sometimes. You know.
and you know, and it's that's a learning experience for me because learning is a never ending process, and like you know,
For smart people.
yeah, for smart people, I got burned, man, and like that shit, you know, it affects you differently. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have shut all the way down, but I didn't. I work harder. You know what I mean? I just chalk it up and keep on moving. But what I needed to learn is like what Darren was saying, is to open those doors. You know what I'm saying? Like for people. And let me tell you, one of the hardest things to do was to give up my show and my buddies
Yeah.
to anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, and knowing that Darian didn't want to step into the comedy lane, I ain't even ask him.
Nah.
He had to come. I got an idea, and I don't want to. I'm like, nigga,
Yeah,
you're my friend.
I don't want to start. I don't want to disrespect you.
I was like,
As
nigga,
nigga
what?
eating fried chicken on shit dropping on your floor. You got this shit kicked up on your. I don't want to disrespect your. You know.
Like, but like that was a moment for me to be like, dang, I'm leaving something that's mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And giving it away to anybody after being
Building up.
you know,
putting
you
the work
build
in.
up and going through what I went through. You know what I mean? So it was cool. And off camera, y'all don't know, we talked before this about 30, 40 minutes before. Jamal, you said something really, a concept that we're going to work on, we're going to hash out. But it's extending that olive branch to a lot of people because, like, as people, not just in comedy, but just in life in general, we have to, what you say, the bigger, the hero is the bigger man that, what was that?
I said, like, it takes the biggest men, the biggest people, the biggest personalities make peace. Anybody can
Yeah.
wage war.
Right.
Anybody can be angry, do some destruction.
Yeah.
Toddlers do that
Yeah.
shit. It
Yeah.
takes a big person to sit down and be like, all right, how can we get everybody to work forward? And it don't got to be some. That's what I hate. It don't got to be on some fake kumbaya.
Right.
I don't gotta like you.
Right, we ain't got to do all that.
Block.
Right.
Set this motherfucking pitch.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Help me out, get around
fucking
here.
like you.
Help me get to this zone.
You know what cures all? Winning.
Man.
Yeah.
You know what fucking cures all? You know what? You know all this little Chicago beef. If everybody had millions of views and agents and shit,
We'd be good.
you wouldn't even be. Fuck it.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
But it's because it's this perceived famine. Everybody thinks they're so fucking little. It's
We
like,
can all eat.
we can all put our pot in. We can all put our fucking money in and get something big, or we can all try to fucking do it, alone.
We can all create something together
Hey.
and make it like if you got enough people on board creating together,
Yeah.
and that shines the light on the city,
Yeah.
then bam,
Yeah, there it is.
there's your
There it
feast
is.
right there.
There it
You know
is.
what I'm saying?
You
But
eat.
because everybody got a famine mentality, and I can't fuck with this person, I can't fuck with this person, and this person only doing something, this person only doing something. If everybody just get out of themselves, remove your ego, and know like if we all can just create something together,
Yeah.
and uplift each other and support each other in that aspect, that don't do nothing but shine a bigger light on the city. It's plenty money out here.
Yeah, right.
It's plenty fame
Yeah.
to go around.
Yeah.
So
It's like the fucking NBA.
yeah.
When they started fucking doing these things where like the stars started getting together, because
Yeah.
they said, "Fuck it, I don't give a fuck about winning the scoring title.
Yeah.
I care about winning.
Winning.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
sacrifice my little stats
Right.
and some money
I need that goal.
to win, and
Yeah.
then
I need
that
that goal.
gives more money.
Right.
You get more money once you're a champion
Right.
and doing all these tours and
Yeah.
endorsements.
And
that solves everything.
I think 2020 is a setup for the future. You know what I mean? And not just comedy, but just
Life.
in life. Look how life has changed for so many people. You know what I'm saying? And if we don't come out of it with a different mindset of, all right, let's do it this way. You know what I mean? Let's maybe we can do it this way. Then we lost. You know what I mean? 2020 was for nothing.
Yeah.
You know, we lost all these lives for nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's our due diligence to look at this year and be like, we're gonna get stronger. And in our lane is comedy, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
So we have to look, we have to look at it and be like, all right, how can we adjust our lane? And our lane being what it is. Let's make it better. This is an opportunity to make it better. This is an opportunity to start fresh again. We could do better. You know what I mean? Let's use everything we learned. Start fresh, clean slate.
My whole thing is if your mindset hasn't changed from what it was before you went into 2020 or this whole quarantine shit,
you lost.
Then you lost.
Yeah.
You lost.
You lost.
Because your mind should be completely different than what it was. You had plenty of time to reflect. You had plenty of time to self-care. You had plenty of time to plan. You had plenty of time to do all of
Right.
that. Like, so if your mind hasn't changed,
you wasn't already working.
Yeah,
to 2021
adapt.
not gonna be no different.
Yeah,
if you wasn't already
exactly.
putting in the work.
What we say? 2020, like, no disrespect.
Yeah.
But 2020
was
lit.
Yeah, it
like
was
for
lit.
us, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It was lit.
It was lit. I mean,
Yeah.
again, it's our perspective, and we see the whole view. You know what I mean? But at the same time,
Niggas want number one.
Hey,
I'm about to say
Niggas want
number
number one.
11 on Laughter is Good for the Soul by Dog. You
What's
know
up?
what I'm saying?
What's up?
He number one comedy chart album.
I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy to think. My man was on the number one album in the country on our Black Holiday. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this, so 2020 had a lot of elements to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it had so many elements. We talked before this, y'all. I wish you could see everything we talk about before the show airs and even after it airs.
Because there's more to the story.
There's more to the this man is legend. This is why it's good that we here together, you know. But there is more to the story, and we literally these brothers got together, man. 40 minutes, hashed out a fire idea. Jamal, as soon as he walked in, we sat down, didn't offer him no Doritos, but we sat down and said, "Hey, look."
His girl did offer me water. She did offer me some water.
That is true. That's true.
They was being mean with the Doritos.
I mean, they right there. But we sat down and we talked, and that's been the mentality I know for you for sure, and for Be Positive, man. And we can do better. All of us, the mentality was to advance. You know what I mean? And it's never been to stay still. The only time I wouldn't stay still was the first freaking day that they said we couldn't go outside and play no more. I was pissed off.
There's some adjustment period, everybody, but it's like once you saw that this is the future, like I feel like the first 2-3 months, I get it. You don't know what the fuck going on.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers is scared. You know what I mean? But it's like once you saw, it's like, what are you going?
How can we play in this paint in this sandbox?
How can we adjust?
One of the things that like I kick myself in the ass about is like with you in the springtime when it first started, you already started making plans to adjust for the summer.
Yeah.
We didn't start until like it's already over.
Yeah.
Then everybody want to be like, oh, we should do an outside show. It's like, nigga, now it's fucking December.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My nipples is hard.
Yeah.
We won't. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like we didn't. So that's what. Even like I've been buying a lot of equipment.
Mm-hmm.
I go outside every day and I just film some bullshit for an hour.
Yeah.
Or I'll just fucking like been watching. I was like, I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna keep on putting it in work. So in 2021, I'm not gonna stay stagnant.
Not gonna stay
'Cause that's what I did.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to fall behind
Right.
because the best people are still moving.
They still moving.
Yeah.
You know,
Best people still moving.
and you know what's crazy? Exactly to your point. I know every single person. You know, well, it's me and Darian for Be Positive, but our brains never stop. You know what I mean? Like that's a 100%.
If you love this shit,
If you love the shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's the
If you
crazy
love
part.
this shit.
Everybody has the same mentality. That's why T Positive is what it is. That's why the people we work with, you know, our brains never stop working. So that fast adjustment that we made immediately in March took me, I'll be honest, it took me like about 5 days. And then I was like, okay, so we ain't gonna be able to do shit here. We ain't gonna be able to do shit here. And at that time, it was like, if we weren't able to do.
Yeah.
You know, I think our focus
Nigga
shifted.
had contingency plans.
Yeah, we did. I mean, well, to me, it was like, all right, how can we salvage this year? We don't know. If we're going into the unknown, they saying it's gonna be a month. We off it. We don't know this. The album got to get done.
Yeah.
That was our priority number one. Album get done. Let's get that going. Learned on that shit. Something that really, really like showed me our resilience. Look at Siri trying. Something that really showed me the resiliency and resolve was today when I'm talking to Sarah. And her
girlfriend.
and, you know, we talking about the Tamar Indy cooking show.
Mm-hmm.
We added to Be Positive. Do you know that's been going on for more than 10 weeks? That didn't hit me until she said it today.
Yeah.
and we were talking about like looking back at the year reflected. So it just shows you, we had plans because I bought this camera that people looking at. You know what I mean? Because of we had a concept of film taking pictures of her cooking stuff, and that was back in like April, May.
Mm-hmm.
So
look what it evolved.
Look what it evolved to. I mean, like you said, the people that's doing this, that's good at it, still working.
And you take a look at what's on your
Yeah,
shirt.
bro.
Same thing. We about to go into our 17th episode on Thursday.
17.
And then you go with what we got on YouTube. We tripped, fell, and stumbled into that. That was just, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I admire about y'all.
You know?
That's part of the reason I wanted to work with Dario, because I have like, you know, and I'm not trying to offend you in any way, but I feel like between all comedians got to be like part artist, part business person right now. Yeah. And I feel like I'm probably more artsy fartsy, and you probably more businessman. Yeah. Like, but I feel like I need that because sometimes when you're an artist, you're sensitive about your shit, and you're like, I'm gonna tweak this idea. I'm not gonna put it out till it's perfect. Right. Y'all niggas y'all walk it in. I'm just gonna
if we gotta change it on the fly, change it on the fly.
And that's what works because you're learning as you go. You're not scared to pull like in the when you shoot a gun, right? Mm-hmm. There's this your body has like it's natural motions. It's your heart breathes. So there's this like at the tip of the gun, it looks like it's a figure 8, right? Yeah. And what a lot of people do is they'll try to go when it goes to the middle, when it's perfect, they'll try to go now, and they'll pull the trigger, and they'll send a shot. Right. What you have to do is you have to trust that this little motion is not that big, right? And you have to just slowly pull the trigger, right? You have to just go for it. You can't just fucking try to plan when it's perfect. Yes, planning when it's perfect fucks everything up. And it's like I keep that shit in mind. Like, you know what? Let's just do it. Yeah. Let's just fucking. Who gives a fuck if it fucks up? Because who cares? I think you have a good mentality of being like, who gives a fuck?
And once it's out there, they can't take it away. Don't take it away. Mm-hmm. Even if we have not taken anything away. The only thing we took away was the woman's and non-binary open mic and showcase at the time. Just because, you know, there's reasons, but I won't get into it. But it was to be even more inclusive. You know what I mean? And that was a learning part because like I can go into the details of why, but you know what I mean, you sit and reflect. Yep. If nothing goes away, we actually have plans for January when it comes back, and there's still a woman's album coming out. So even without me telling you to just do it, you know, nothing goes away. We're not taking topics away. We're not taking the podcast away. That shit is out there. Yeah. It might need to be tweaked. You know what I mean?
Or y'all might move somebody else in there. You know what I mean?
But to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Keep the fucking machine flowing.
Keep the machine going.
Moving forward. I think people, and I think honestly that's why people don't like you. Like,
just tell it, man. Like, God damn.
That's why motherfuckers don't like you. Like, I think that comedians we're a certain type of person, and like it's not necessarily like the most hungry, put together. Like, if you thought about comedians, like if you picture what in your mind what it's like some dude who lives in a studio by himself. You know what I mean? Drinks, does drugs. I'm describing myself. But like, it's not a go-getter, organized person who wakes up early. That's not a fucking comedian. You know what I mean? So I think it's weird for you being in this world and succeeding in this world. People like haven't seen that except for Kevin Hart, and motherfuckers hate that nigga too.
Yeah, well, they gonna have to deal with me. Yeah. Like, I mean, because like I've embraced that role now at this point. I mean, we get it. Mm-hmm. But I also know what the job is, and the task at hand is to put this art out. At the end of the day, is to put content out there, make people smile. That's what I got into it for. That's why this brother is right here is with me.
Make people smile.
You know what I mean? Like,
this nigga is fucking salesman. This nigga about to have mad endorsement Disney Plus. This nigga, watch 5 years from now. I'm Dario with Disney. That's 5 years from now. You do this.
Right now, the beat. Right now, that shit. Right on the back of it. Boom. Be positive.
And we got our own theme park. Be positive. Got our own ice cream coming out for the kids. It's hot. It's hot. I need to cool down for the summer. We got our own ice cream. Be positive. I hate this nigga.
This shit, that's funny as hell.
We gonna talk forever.
Yeah.
We gonna wrap it up.
Oh, we ain't done.
We gonna wrap it up.
Honey roast.
I would say one last question though. For you, Jamal, like, what is your biggest like? Hey, look, Chicago comedians. This is what I want to tell you. This is what we should be doing. This is how we should be moving.
That's a great question. I think it would be two parts. I think that like one, like you don't learn nothing from somebody that's like you, man. You don't learn nothing. You don't grow. The growth, exploration, fun, all that shit sits outside of your comfort zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like if we can tap into that, if you can get with a comedian who don't even fucking like. I love going to like alt shows sometimes.
Right.
I don't know what these motherfuckers go through. You know what I mean? Yeah. Been through. We're totally different people, but that shit is funny to me.
Yeah.
And I want to like work with those people and not necessarily have to understand each other and like each other and be buddy. We don't have to do all that shit.
Right.
We can just appreciate each other. Two is like, bro, we supposed to be renegades.
Yeah.
We supposed to be fucking adventurous. We supposed to be raw. We supposed to be all American bad boys or all American bad girls, whatever. This pussy, I don't know what to say. I can't say no. Right. I'm not saying offend people. I'm not saying
right.
It's still an art to it, but we should be able to say we have to. Comedians have, since comedy was a thing, the one to give unadulterated commentary on society and politics and happening. We can't stop that. And you a pussy if you do. To me, you a coward if you do. Yeah. You have to say the truth. That's our job. Right. You know, be authentic to yourself and your thoughts, even if they're not popular, like worshiping the devil, black folks.
Oh, that's a perfect way to end there. Way to tie it back.
It's called callback, folks. I'm a professional.
You know? Follow this man. You see it. Look under the picture. You know?
Oh my God. All right, Jamal. So this is a time in the show for anybody that's listening or watching for the first time. This is a part in the show where we begin to wrap it up. But first, we want to let Jamal go ahead and take the stage and do something that we like to call a honey roast. So basically, when you were in your school, when you was in grade school, you used to be like, "Oh boy, I'm about to get you." So you used to roast people. Here we like to throw a little positivity, throw a little honey on it, sweeten it up a little bit. So Jamal, give anybody that's not on the pod a shout out, man, or somebody you want to show love to, supported you, motivated you, been inspirational. Shout them out. This is your chance to give them some love.
Yeah, I think the two people I would like to shout out is like Dan Garcia and Jessica Mance. Like, we built these comedy things together, but they really have become my friends through this process. Yeah. And honestly, I think they made me in a way get like more in touch with my humanity. Like I can't be so hard and gruff on people. You know what I mean? Dan, like I said, like I'm not saying he's a soft man as an insult. Right. I admire that about him. I admire his softness. I admire that he can be kind when I would go for rudeness or rough. I admire that about him, and I learn those things, and I hope they take some of my strength. I hope we can, bounce it off. Yeah, bounce it off each other. I think and honestly, like, I know the rules is not for someone, but Dario's been a huge, inspiration. Like, he's been a huge. I think, I tell Dario all the time. I feel like we like Professor X and Magneto. It's like they both want the same thing, but they want to go about it different ways. But what's beautiful about being Dario is we both 30 plus grown men. We put our egos aside and be like, how can we do this together? Right. I think like that's the thing that right now is like, because we're nobodies. Not that we know, but you know what I mean. But one day when niggas is winning Grammys and Emmys, it's like, bro, we gonna talk about this shit. We gonna talk about how grown men. You know what I mean? Like, this nigga denied me the Doritos, but he gave me this opportunity. I'm gonna pay for other things. You know what I mean? So I think that's huge, man. I think that, and like, and for us not to. We're not best friends. Right. We're not niggas who hang out all the time. Just respecting each other's art, respecting each other's grind, respecting each other's vision. I think that's huge. And respecting that we're different. Dario does not try to make me Dario. I don't try to make him Jamal. Right. Learn from what we can learn from each other. Respect each other. Keep it moving.
Hey, good stuff. I
That's-
think it's interesting that he say he Magneto and you Professor X, because I would say our relationship, you Magneto and I'm Professor X.
That's funny. That's funny.
It's crazy.
Boy,
Okay.
I know how to play my role.
I would say that.
Cause that's definitely true about it. It's been some time. I'm like, fuck these guys. Put me in front of the camera. Hey, how y'all doing today?
Dario,
I'm so happy.
y'all know we got the ice cream coming.
I'm so happy. Be positive.
On Disney Plus.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness. Hey y'all, man, this has been fun to
Hell
be back.
yeah, we gotta do this shit again.
Yeah.
This has been actually, like, I forgot, like,
Yeah, for real. Like it's
this has been actually fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for being on the podcast in general. Thanks for being our first guest.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna do it next week or not, but hey, season 4. This is what we got here. You know what I mean? Like I think that people. I'm looking at some of the things. I know people like they like the setup. You fantastic, my brother.
appreciate it, man.
We got
Appreciate
so
all the
much
stuff,
more to do. Y'all know where to find him. Look under his face right there. Darth Molly Maul. You know.
One with the dark side, nigga.
Yeah, right. You've been saying it, man. D, you got any last words before we get out of here?
I think it's just important that what Jamal said, man, is step outside yourself. You know what I mean? And that's probably what I kind of like wrapped up from this whole chapter is you got to step outside yourself and be willing to work with people that you wouldn't want to work with, or get out of your comfort zone necessarily when it comes to people. You know what I'm saying? We all can eat. And that's just the bottom line. The bottom line is we all can eat. Like he brought together unlikely friends because he said a group of people in the military, those will be unlikely friends. You know what I'm saying? So his mindset is already like, I don't necessarily have to be. These are unlikely people that I would be working with. Unlikely people that I would be befriending. Unlikely people that I can succeed with. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if everybody starts to adopt that mentality, you know, a little bit where you lay aside yourself, your ego, you lay aside whatever issues that you may have that really ain't issues in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It's probably got to do with one person being too much in themselves or the other person being too much in themselves, and you can't set aside yourself to work with somebody or to even befriend somebody or to say hi to somebody or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I always say, like I say 1,000 times over, I'm not a comedian, so some shit that I'm just gonna fly out of my mouth that I don't give a fuck that he not gonna say, that I may even say for him and he may be thinking. But at the end of the day, man, this is Chicago. This is where we reside. This is the home team. We gotta act like that. And that's from non-comedian to comedians. You know what I'm saying? That's from somebody that lives in your lane. That's somebody that plays in your lane but don't live in your lane. Get out of yourself. Like let's do this thing together.
We can do better.
Yeah, we can do better.
Hey,
that's what it boiled down to.
Brandon
So,
ass niggas, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
there it is.
There it is, man.
There it is.
He brought up that topic.
God.
All right, I'm out of here. Y'all, that's chapter 38. That's chapter 38, man. Jamal, Darian, Dario, appreciate y'all, man. Go ahead, rate and like. Let me see if I can get this again. Rate, like, subscribe. Listen to us on all these streaming platforms. We appreciate y'all for tuning in again, man. This technology is crazy.
And we not cutting shit.
And we ain't
the
cutting
episode
shit.
gonna be
nigga.
raw as how it is.
You know how I do.
Period. We ain't cut down no time. None of that. Oh, raw.
I was like, when is he gonna get it?
I'm gonna let it simmer. You see me looking out the corner of my eye.
I caught it. I was like, y'all, we out of here, man. Peace out, y'all. Be positive, man.
Worship the devil.
J. Allen Productions.